Let me tell you a little story as to why you should never settle for a man who does not see you and treat you like the princess that you are. This past weekend, my boyfriend and I were in New York City for my best friend's surprise engagement party. And as I was getting ready, I realized I did not have the correct pair of shoes. And because I was getting ready, I did not have time to go get the correct pair of shoes. I was getting a little stressed out, and my boyfriend goes, "Hey, do you want me to go to Aldo? It's right down the street. I'll see if I can find a couple pairs of shoes for you to wear." "Yes, please. That would be amazing. Thank you so much." He goes. He calls me when he gets there. He's like, "Hey, I'm with the woman who works here. She wants to know open or closed toe and heel height. What are you looking at?" Love a man who asks for help. And he comes back and he has 3 perfect pair of shoe options. 2 heels, 1 loafer, just in case I wanted to be comfortable. It was perfect. It was perfect. So my question for you is, do you think that the man that makes you double text him is going to do that for you? No, he's not. So you should not settle until you find a man who is willing to do that for you, because you deserve it, okay? Good talk. Never settle for a man who does not see you and treat you like the princess.
Okay, but can we talk about friends that give you princess treatment? Because if the man that you're dating does not treat you better than your friends, you should dump him. And I have a few super close friends that will give me princess treatment and actually treat me like a princess.
Whoa, 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 whoa. And what do they get in return? Why are they doing that?
And because of how well I am treated by them, it's actually been the reason why I've dumped men that I've dated. Whenever I see my friends first thing in the morning, they will bring me breakfast because I get hungry first thing in the morning and I forget to eat because of how overwhelmed I am in the morning. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed or my schedule is extremely busy, they will come over and help me pick up my room, do my chores, and also take out the trash and do the dishes. And I don't even have to ask. They just do it, and they're glad to be there to help out. When I was feeling sad, one of my friends took me to Jollibee, and I'd never eaten at Jollibee, but I mentioned once in passing that I wanted to try it. And this was after the gym. And then I mentioned I hate how unhealthy I've been eating. And then my guy friend turned to me and said, "Ari, you're on your period. You deserve a treat." And then he took me to Haagen-Dazs afterward. One time I texted one of my friends and they were really busy, and then I apologized for being a distraction. And they said, "No, you're never a distraction." And they absolutely meant it, because no matter what, no matter how busy they are, they always make time to check in on me. One time I was talking about this guy that I briefly and recently dated, and I mentioned that he never really complimented me, which is one of the reasons why I broke up with him. And my friend made it a point to tell me how beautiful I looked for the next 2 weeks, every single day. I'm currently going through a bit of a rough patch, and no matter what, my friends will always remind me that does not matter, and that they will accept me for me, and that I'm not bringing the vibes down because of how sad I am. And oftentimes I feel like I am actually bringing the vibes down and that I'm holding people back, because it is emotionally taxing to be around a depressed person. But they always remind me that I don't need to be anything but myself. And they always tend to help me, because even if I don't ask for help, because I'm too much of a people pleaser and I can't be bothered to ask people for help because I feel like I'm bugging them, but they go ahead and they help me because they know that I need help. Good friends will treat you right and love you for you and not expect you to be anything else. And it's really just shown me what I do deserve in a relationship. And if a guy cannot match that, then adios.
This is a guy that she's friend-zoned. And this is a guy who's simping for her. This is a guy that is always there for her. Now, this is a guy that has to put up with all that she's going through without any benefit towards him. What do we call that, guys?
They want a man's money, but they don't want to share what they have with him.
Yourself like a princess, you wouldn't even need to ask for princess treatment.
So I do agree for the most part what they're saying, but there's a part of that I feel like gets lost a lot on the interwebs and the dating TikToks of the world, and that's this. Sometimes you are a princess and you're not going to get what you deserve or what you want because you're just talking to someone who doesn't see that in you. But that does not negate who you actually are. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like statements like that put the power in the guy's hands when really it's always in the woman's hands. And the only time we lose or we fail is when we fail to recognize that. A true princess is someone who is willing to walk away if she does not like what she sees. That's it. And for every woman that you see getting treated amazing by a man, just know there's a million guys that she doesn't talk to or entertain for any reason because they don't treat her the way she wants to be treated. Also, princess treatment means different things to different people. I can meet a girl on the street and think she's a princess and she's being spoiled, and that girl's actually just spoiling herself, and that's enough for her. Have your boundaries when it comes to dating and men and how you want to be treated, and that will always be your North Star. Now, yes, is there valid discourse between a girl that's asking for XYZ and a guy gives it to her versus another girl that asks for XYZ and a guy doesn't give it to her because he believes that that's not her, it's not real? 1000%. I also think it's really important to speak up. Every quote unquote princess I know has no problem telling men or their boyfriends exactly what they want, how they want it, when they want it. They have no problem with that, and I totally respect it. Fortune truly favors the bold, and I really believe like closed mouths don't get fed. But at the end of the day, if you want to know the hack to getting princess treatment from men, here goes. Make your boundaries and your standards mean more to you than any specific guy that's in your life. That's it. That's all.
I have had a lot of trial and error in my dating life, and this is the #1 way to tell that a man wants princess treatment. He probably expects to be the woman in the relationship if he's sassy. And this comes in all shapes and sizes. It does not matter what age a man is. An example of this that I experienced recently was someone not asking me out in a timely manner, not giving me a time, place, and then not even following up about those plans the day of, and then reaching out to me later and me saying, hey, I'm sorry I didn't hear from you, I didn't think it was going to happen. And their response was, well, how could I have known that it was going to happen? You didn't tell me when you were available, blah, 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 blah. And online, this is even easier to weed out. If they have anything super sassy or jaded on their profile, you probably don't want to be seeing them if you're expecting or hoping to receive princess treatment.
Oh, keep on expecting those treatments. I hope you meet somebody that will treat you, the way you want, but I'm just saying, yeah.
There's a girl whose video is getting stitched around the internet right now. She's saying something to the effect of, if you want princess treatment, you don't say you're a princess. You just act shocked and offended or like confused when they do something that's not princess treatment like. I have done this inadvertently. And I will say this, by the time that I'm acting shocked, confused, or offended, it's so genuine that like I either never talk to that guy again or the breakup happens that night. And if I decide to even see him after the breakup, it's like rinse, wash, repeat, because like he eventually does something again where like it triggers that same shock, confusion, and it gets worse each time. Like I'm so jarred by the fact that I'm not being treated like a princess. And it's so traumatizing for everybody involved. It's hard to see them again normally.
To all my girlies that are dating out there, this is my 3-week rule. This is the rule that will completely suss out whether a guy is actually worth it, actually a good person, and actually likes you. I've been dating intentionally for 6 months now, but what I've found out, if he can't keep up the consistency, stay engaged, stay interesting, and do this all while you're not sleeping together, then he's legit. No one can fake it for 3 weeks. Just trust me on this one. Without fail, by week 2.5 or 3 on the dot, they will show their true colors.
Oh, guys, thanks for watching and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.